The life in the hereafter. What does the Quran say? Opening parenthesis. Translation of Jahan-e Fada. Ghulam Ahmad. Parwez. 1969. To each is recompensed for his deeds. As discussed in the previous chapter, the system of deen revolves around the law of requital. This means 1. Every individual gets a result for his work. 2. The return is only for the work one has done, whether individually or as part of a team. 3. No one's work remains unrecompensed. Constructive work will have a pleasant result, while destructive work will have an unhappy result. The Quran very comprehensively explains this basic reality in a few concise words in the following verse. Can they expect to be rewarded except as they have wrought? 147. See also 37, 39, 45, 28, 52, 16. The Quran declares that the results of our deeds are given promptly. For what they do, they will soon be requited. 180. In Surah Yunus it states, you get but the recompense of what you earned. 52. The recompense will only be for what we do, that Allah may requite each self according to its deserts. 51. It is further elaborated that the system works for all without any exception or favor. And, of a surety, to all will your sustainer pay back in full the recompense of the deeds, for he knows well all that they do. 111. See also 29, 7. Also stated in Surah An-Nahl, and every self will be recompensed fully for all its actions, and none will be treated unjustly. 111. See also 39, 70, 40, 17. Everyone will be fully recompensed for the deeds and none will be treated unjustly, nothing will be taken away from the due. As for the people who live their lives with balanced and righteous deeds, the Quran has declared, they shall have all that they wish for in the presence of their sustainer. 39, 34. And then adds, such is the reward of those who do righteous deeds. 39, 34. The next verse clarifies this further, so that Allah will turn off from them even the worst in their deeds and give them their reward according to the best of what they have done. 39, 35. In Surah Al-Kahf, the Quran states that these righteous people will have paradise because of their righteous conduct, a recompense for their righteous deeds. 46, 14. See also 52, 19. About the people who do wrong, the Quran states that their lives will be hell because of their evil deeds. See 66, 7. i.e., recompense according to deeds. 78, 26. 2.1 The evildoer destroys his own self. In any society, people who follow the wrong path think that by exploiting others they are benefiting themselves. In reality, they are doing damage to their own self, and this loss to their self is far greater than the benefit they draw physically by doing evil deeds. They do not destroy others by their actions but destroy their own future and their life in the hereafter. The Quran states, those who have lost their own self refuse therefore to have Iman. 6, 20. See also 7, 53. In it is concealed their own destruction. But they only destroy their own selves, and they perceive it not. 6, 26. They know they are cruel and unjust to others, but in reality they are doing injustice and wrong to themselves, and wrong their own selves. 7, 177. When the destruction comes on them, they cry that Allah has been unjust to them, but the reality is as per the Quran. But Allah wronged them not. Nay, they wronged their own selves. 16:33. They do wrong to their own self, and these wrongs build up over a period of time and become the cause of their self-destruction. It was not Allah who injured or oppressed them, they injured and oppressed their own selves. 29:40. See also 16:112:30. 2.2 The recompense is non-transferable. We know that when we go for a walk this exercise benefits us, and if our brother does not go for a walk then he does not get the advantages. Even if you wished 1,000 times to transfer the benefits of your morning walk to your brother, you cannot do it. He will only get this benefit when he himself goes for a walk. This is called the individuality of the human self. That is, that every human self is different from every other, and any recompense of any deeds cannot be transferred to another person, nor can another snatch this away. Nor can it be that some other person does a bad deed and you get the bad result of it. Whichever person puts his finger into the fire, his finger will burn. No other can stop his suffering. This is the basic principle of the law of requital about which the Quran declares. Every self gets every good that it earns, and it suffers every ill that it earns. 286. At another place it is stated, and if anyone commits a crime, he earns it against his own self. 4:111. If anyone does those deeds which promote harmony and good in a society, then he benefits his own self. According to the law of requital, those who receive guidance do so for the good of their own self. Those who stray do so to their own loss. 10:108. See also 17:15:39, 41. The same point is emphasized again in that whoever proceeds with his eyes open will get the benefit to himself of that, and the one who walks with his eyes closed will fall into the well himself. Now have come to you from your sustainer proofs to open your eyes. If any will see, it will be for the good of his own self. If any would like to remain blind, it will be to his own loss. 6:104. See also 27:92-29. 6. The issue is further elaborated in the same surah. Every self draws the meed of its acts on none but itself. No bearer of burdens can bear the burden of another. 6:164. Therefore this belief that we can pass on the recompense of our good deeds to someone else, or that someone can remove the bad effects of their sins and crimes by taking on the recompense of the good deeds of someone else, this is against the basic teaching of the Quran. If you did good deeds, you did these for yourselves. If you did evil, you did it against yourselves. 17:7. And whoever purifies himself by doing righteous deeds does so for the benefit of his own self. 35:18. If there is someone who is struggling under his burden, he cannot call out and ask someone else to lift his burden, as another will not be able to remove any part of his burden even if he is a very close relation. 39:7. Every person will come with his own burden. 6:31-53. 38. Those who are responsible for misguiding others will carry this burden also over and above the burdens of their own deeds. Let them bear, on the day of judgment, their own burdens in full, and also of the burdens of those without knowledge, whom they misled. Alas, how grievous the burdens they will bear. Opening parenthesis. 16:25. See also 29:13. This does not mean that for those who were misguided, their responsibility will be mitigated, and they may have reduced responsibility. The Quran declares that they will carry the burden of their own deeds and this will not reduce However, those who misguided them, their burden will increase due to the crime of leading others astray. The basis of the law of requital is that whoever does a wrong deed, he will get the recompense of this deed, and whoever does a good deed, he will get its reward, and none will be dealt with unjustly. If any do deeds of righteousness, be they male or female, and have Iman, they will enter heaven, and not the least injustice will be done to them. 124. In this regard, the greatest human being in the universe, Muhammad, the last messenger himself, as quoted by the Quran, declared, "Say, I would, if I disobeyed my sustainer, indeed have fear of the penalty of a mighty day." 6:15. See also 10:15-39. 13. The last messenger was further told that if supposing you had gone against the guidance and the Quranic values, then you too would have had to face the consequences in both the present life and the next life. In that case we should have made you taste an equal portion of punishment in this life, and an equal portion in death. And moreover, you would have found none to help you against us. Opening parenthesis. 17:75. The one who has greater responsibility will be subjected to higher accountability. This announcement is a reflection of a great reality. Looking at the different religions in the world, the followers of these religions have grossly exaggerated the status of the founders of their religions. Some declared him God and the Son of God and said that he died for their sins. Another belief which exists in all religions in some form or another, is that their founders and elders will be able to intercede on their behalf, to save them against any punishment from God for their sins. Contrary to this, the Quran states that the last messenger has said, "How could he save someone from the punishment for their sins, when if he himself goes against the divine laws, he is unable to save himself from the punishment?" Instead, he states that he would be subjected to double punishment as compared to others. From this we can understand the law of requital cannot be better expressed than this example. This is why the Quran has told the followers of the last messenger, "Do not think by merely associating yourself with him, that you will enter paradise this way and will thereby avoid the need to go through the life-threatening stages which are on the path to heaven. Or do you think that you shall enter the garden of bliss without such trials as came to those who passed away before you? They encountered suffering and adversity, and were so shaken in spirit that even the messenger and those of Iman who were with him said, 'When will come the help of Allah?' Verily, the help of Allah is always near." 214. By passing through these stages, there will be an assessment to find out which among you by persistent endeavor and continuous action attains paradise by right. See verses 3:142-9. 16. This right is not obtainable by simple verbal means, i.e., just saying that you accept Iman, for this one has to go through many trials and tribulations. Do men think that they will be left alone on saying, "We accept Iman," and that they will not have to go through the challenges of life? 29. 2. Every human being desires to enter paradise, but the paradise defined by the Quran is the natural outcome of one's righteous deeds. 70. 38-39. This cannot be received either as a free gift, nor can it be gained as a favor. This is a result of an excellent reward for those who do good. Opening parenthesis. 29:58. See also 32, 17, 37, 61. This is the reason that those who enter paradise will be clearly informed. Behold, the garden before you. You have been made its inheritors, in return for your deeds of righteousness. 7:43. And since you have achieved it by your own efforts and deeds, you are the owners of this paradise. Now no one can turn you out of it, and you will live in it forever. They will dwell therein forever. Verily in Allah's presence is a reward, the greatest of all. 9:22. Recompense from your sustainer, a gift sufficient for every need of theirs. 2.3 Scales of Justice. For this accountability, Allah has set in motion the balances for doing justice. The following verse from Surah Anbiya points to this fact. We shall set up scales of justice for the day of judgment, so that not a self will be dealt with unjustly in the least, and if there be no more than the weight of a mustard seed, we will bring it to account, and enough are we to take account. Opening parenthesis. 21:47. On the day of judgment, we will erect the scales of justice, and in this way there will be no injustice or wrong done to anyone. These scales will be such. Then shall anyone who has done an atom's weight of good see it, and anyone who has done an atom's weight of evil shall see it. 99:7-8. As mentioned earlier, every human being's action leaves a mark on his self, so there is no question of any deed going wasted. In this regard, at one place it says, Allah does not allow the reward of Mo'minin to be lost. 3:171. At another place, we do not waste the reward of those who do righteous deeds. 12:56. See also 277 12 90 18 30. Everyone will get the reward from Allah for each of their deeds, and on no one will any wrong be done, because not giving full reward for the work done is unjust, and Allah does not approve of those who do injustice. Then shall every self be paid what it earned, and none shall be dealt with unjustly. 281. See also 3:25 3:57 3:161. Far from doing injustice, under Allah's law of requital, in fact, the return gained for doing righteous deeds will far exceed human expectations. But to those who accept Iman and do deeds of righteousness, He will give their due rewards, and more, out of His bounty. 4:173. See also opening parenthesis 3:136. However, this is a certainty, that no one will get anything without putting in efforts or actions, because this is the basic principle of the law of requital. That man can have nothing but what he makes effort for. 53:39. The grades within paradise will be according to the scales of the deeds, there being higher grades for those who have done a greater number and better deeds. To all are degrees, or ranks, according to their deeds, for your sustainer is not unmindful of anything that they do. Opening parenthesis 6:132. See also 46:19. Allah knows everything about what deeds each one of us has done. 2.4 Human life is an arena for deeds. The purpose of the present level of human life in this physical world is to develop the self to such a degree that it can be made ready for the next evolutionary stage of further development. Death is in reality a test for the human self to determine as to what extent it has attained strength enough to move to the next stage for its further progress. The Quran states, He who created death and life, that He may provide you opportunity to do righteous deeds. 67:2. Therefore, in this arena of action and deeds, to any of you who wishes to go forward or wishes to lag behind. 74:37. In the next verse, the Quran puts the whole philosophy of the law of requital in a nutshell in one short sentence. Every self will be held in pledge for its deeds. 74:38. In another verse, each individual is in pledge for his deeds. 52:21. Whatever a person does, he has to face the consequences of his actions. This means that he will curtail part of his freedom of action depending upon the consequences of his previous actions. From this no other person can release him. In order to explain this, the Quran has explicitly declared that the law of requital is so effective that one cannot escape its grip even by leaving one country and moving to another part of the world. Even by trying to war against this in order to try and defeat it, you cannot get away from its hold, as this is not within the realms of possibility. But we think that we can by no means frustrate Allah throughout the earth, nor can we frustrate him by flight. 72:12. See also 96:15-16. It is possible that if you are in a bad society you may save yourself from the consequences of your crimes. But you can do this while in this worldly life only, which has a fixed duration. After this, the Quran says that even if you have a life lasting 1,000 years, you will not escape the grip of the law of requital. Each one of them wishes he could be given a life of 1,000 years. But the grant of such life will not save him from punishment. Consequences of the deeds. For Allah sees well all that they do. 2:96. 2.5 What have you sent forward for tomorrow? Since what we do comes before its results manifest themselves, the Quran has therefore used the term tomorrow or fada to refer to this process. In Surah Hash it is stated, "And let every self look to what provision he has sent forth for its tomorrow." 59:18. The term sending forward points to the significance of the results of our deeds. This term has been repeated at other places in the Quran. 73:20, 75, 13:78, 40:81, 14:82, 5. In Surah Al-Fajr, another word has been added which clarifies this reality. It is said that the inhabitants of hell, when they see the destruction, will cry out stunned. He will say, "Ah, I wish I had sent forth good deeds for this, my future life." 89:24. This makes it clear that the next life will be solely based on the results of our deeds and conduct in this life by each one of us. The negative consequences of our wrong deeds will affect our abilities even in this world, like rust coating the human abilities, and as a result these abilities do not flourish. But by no means, but on their hearts is the stain of the ill which they do. 83:14. These results will become impediments in the path of the next life to come. 2.6 Concern about our deeds. If this is the reality that each one of us is responsible for his own conduct in this life, and this is how our paradise and hell gets created, then man should hold himself accountable on a continuous basis. By wasting our time in prying into what others do, how does that help to improve our own lives? This is the reason that the Quran emphasizes to the mu'mineen, those who accept Iman, not to argue unnecessarily with their opponents but to tell them in forthright terms, "We are responsible for our deeds and you for yours." 2:139. See also 28:55. In Surah Al-Kafirun, by referring to deeds as the results of deeds instead called deen, it is made even clearer. To you be your deen, and to me my deen. 109:6. In Surah Saba the Quran says to tell them, "Say, you will not be questioned as to our crimes, nor shall we be questioned as to what you do." 34:25. See also 10:41. 2.7 Conduct of forefathers. Not only should you not get into arguments with your opponents, The Quran also points out that there is no advantage in getting into unnecessary arguments over the conduct of forefathers, whether they were good or evil and whether they are in paradise or in hell. You should remember, that was the people that have passed away. They shall reap the fruit of what they did, and you of what you do. You will not even be asked as to what they did. 141. See also 134. If we keep this great principle in front of us, then we can escape all the complications in which the Ummah, the Muslims as a community, is involved for the last 1,300 years, as a consequence of which time, work, energy, and wealth have been wasted and still are being wasted. Also as a result of this, mutual hatred and distrust will disappear and unity will be born. Allah has stated plainly that it will not be asked of you what your forefathers did. But we insist, no, we will be asked this question first, therefore we need to investigate and research this in detail in order to prepare ourselves. And we also need to clearly understand that if our forefathers did good deeds, the benefit of these will be apportioned to them. We cannot get any benefit from these. As has been explained previously, no result of any deed by another can be transferred to anyone else. 2.8 No one will be of benefit to another. This value is repeatedly referred to in the Quran, i.e., none can affect the outcome of our deeds. In Surah Al-Baqarah it is stated, "Then guard yourselves against a day when oneself shall not avail another, nor shall intercession be accepted for him, nor shall compensation be taken from him, nor shall anyone be helped from outside." 2:48. See also 123. At another place, O you who have Iman, spend out of the bounties we have provided for you, before the day comes when no bargaining will avail, nor friendship nor intercession. 254. See also 14:3-34, 42. This day even friends will become enemies to each other. However, the righteous will be exempted from this state. Friends on that day will be foes one to another, except the righteous. 43:67. However, despite being a friend, none will be able to interfere or intervene on another's behalf. The day when no protector can avail his client in aught, and no help can they receive. 44:41. See also 86:10. The following verses and references further emphasize the effectiveness of the functioning of the law of requital. Never would be accepted from any as much gold as the earth contains, though they should offer it for ransom. 3:91. See also 5:36-6, 70, 13, 18, 34, 37, 39, 47, 57, 15. Those who reject Iman, neither their possessions nor their numerous progeny will avail them aught against Allah. 3:116. See also 57, 15, 31, 33. Of no profit to you will be your relatives and your children on the day of judgment. He will judge between you, for Allah sees well all that you do. 63. See also 69, 28-29, 92. 11. A law is that which cannot be interfered with from outside. Both the functioning and the consequences of the law are inherent within it, and are unchangeable and equally applicable to all. Everyone will be handcuffed with the consequences of their own various deeds and be present in the court. There, the state will be such that day shall a man flee from his own brother, and from his mother and his father, and from his wife and his children. 80. 34-37. See also 70. 10-14. In order to escape punishments in the human system, many interventions and intrigues can work. However, under the law of requital, no one can escape the consequences of the deeds. 52.46. This is because every consequence of an action has an impact on the human self. This is why what is there that an external power can do to remove the effect? Regarding this truth, which the Quran has comprehensively explained, the more attention one pays to this process and reflects on it, the more one is awed regarding its rigorous working. The human self is that entity which is referred to as I. We call ourselves I or me, and the rest we call as mine or my. For example, my property, my friends, my wife, my children, my body, and even my life. Human actions affect this I, and at the time of death, whatever comes under the category of my or mine is left behind, and the I proceeds alone to the next life. See how this reality is explained by the Quran. And behold, you come to us bare and alone as we created you for the first time. You have left behind you all the favors which we bestowed on you. We see not with you your intercessors whom you thought to be partners in your affairs. So now all relations between you have been cut off, and your pet fancies have left you in the lurch. 6.94. See also 18.48. In Surah Maryam this fact is stated again very succinctly in the following words. And every one of them will come to him singly on the day of judgment. 19-95. Everyone will come to Allah individually, i.e. no additional baggage will be with them, their self will go forward with the results of the deeds. 19-80.